Hey everybody, just wanted to make a quick video about setting up the Wii U emulation on the Steam Deck. I wrote a Reddit post about this called Guide on Wii U Emulation today. I wrote this because I had a lot of problems doing this. I actually had to factory reset my Steam Deck about 3 times during this process. It was very frustrating and I could find very little information on how to do this. I saw lots of people happy to post videos of them playing Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker or Twilight Princess HD, but no real good guides. So I made this on Reddit, so if you want more details, it's going to be helpful here, but I wanted to make a little video for people that are more of a visual learner. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to go to emudeck.com. Go up here to click download, and you're going to download this app. You're going to click save. Now what this is this is an application that pretty much everyone is using. It's an awesome app that pretty much does 99% of the work for you for most of your emulations. And go here and go to the file and you can click it. And what I was saying is it does almost all the work for you. It sets up the folder structure, it sets up the controls, and it downloads all of the emulators for you. Now, for Wii U, there's a little bit more complexity. That's why I'm making this video. But honestly, for most of the other ones, Emudeck does pretty much everything for you. So what you'll do is it'll be on your desktop and you'll click Emudeck. For me, all it's going to do is check for an update. So if you've already done this, it's going to check for an update, so it's okay to run it again. If you're new doing this, it should pop up a screen that says, where do you want to store your ROM files, your game files? You can choose either internal or SD, the SD card that you have, if you have one. If you choose the SD card, there is one thing I will note. You're going to have to do this at some point. There's an extra step that you'll see in the comments. I'm going to add it to the guide at some point, but you have to go into the emulations and you have to go into the ROMs and add this extra command. You don't have to do any of that if you put it on the internal drive. That's why I did that personally. It was just a little bit easier. But anyways, after you get Emudeck up and running, then you'll be able to go to your folders. And if you put it in your internal drive, you go to Home, you'll see Emulation, this folder here. If it's on your SD card, you'll see the folder in here. So anyways, you go to Home or wherever it is, go to Emulation, go to ROMs, and then you're going to go all the way to the bottom. You see Wii U folder. Now, most folders, you're just going to put the game in here. Most of them, you're going to do that. But for the Wii U, it's different. Here's another little hiccup. You're actually going to have to create an additional folder. This doesn't come with it, called ROMs. And you're going to put the games in there. The games are going to look probably like this. You're going to just put the entire folder in there, and they're going to have their own subfolders. Now, Breath of the Wild ended up having quite a few different things that I had to do. I can't tell you where to get these games. What I will recommend, though, especially with Breath of the Wild, wherever you download it, be sure to read those instructions carefully if they came with any, like a README text file, because you want to make sure and do exactly what they say. It may be different depending on where you've downloaded and how. I also want to note that personally, I don't really recommend downloading games that you haven't actually purchased and own. I think we should be supporting the developers so that they continue to make these awesome games. But that being said, that's where you're going to put it. You're going to put the games into that folder. Okay. Then we need to set up Semu. What Semu is the Wii emulator. That's the actual Wii emulator. Okay. Now, there's something here I put kind of at the top. I put kind of these common terms. Let's talk about this real quick. Proton and Semu. Semu is the Wii emulator, like I said, the Wii U emulator. However, this only works on Windows machines. The Steam operating system is a Linux-based operating system. And because this is only for Windows right now, they're working on the Linux version, we have to use a compatibility tool. That's what Proton is. It's a compatibility tool. So one way to do this is to go to Steam, go up to Games, add a non-Steam game to my library, and you'll see I already added Semu. But when you're going to add it, you're going to do that, and then you're not going to see it in this list. So you're going to have to go to Browse, and you're going to have to find where it is. It's in the Wii U folder, right? The emulation folder we talked about, ROMs, it's in the Wii U folder. You'll click All Files because it wasn't showing it. You'll click cmu.exe and open. After that, you'll click the Add Selected Programs. Then you can filter your Steam right here, and your Steam filter, search whatever. You can do it for Semu. Here it is. Great. But if you try to run it, it's not going to work. Mine works because I set it up, but yours wouldn't work. To make it work, you're going to have to use Proton. Right-click, go to Properties. You're going to go to Compatibility, and then you're going to force the use of a specific Steam Play compatibility tool. Which one are you going to use? Proton 7. I've tried the others. They didn't work. I'd use Proton 7. After you do that, Semu will work. Now, some people have told me this next step is not necessary, but I seem to have to do it, or at least I did it, and this is what worked for me. Semu will come up. Go up to Options. You go to General Settings. You're going to be adding the games here. But it needs to know what folder are your games. Same thing, same place. Emulation ROMs, Wii U ROMs. You got to find that path. Once that path is added, you can right-click here, refresh game list, and then these will show up. Another thing to note, if you go to options and graphic packs, I'm not going to click that because a lot of times it bugs out, but when you go there, that's when you can actually look at like different things for each game. Graphics like mods, cheats, enhancements. You might have to click a button at the bottom right to actually download them, but once you do, you'll have these little like drop downs. For Breath of the Wild, you're going to want to go into the mods folder and click FPS++ within that, within the graphics packs. That's going to unlock the frames so that you can get up to 60 frames per second. Okay, after you do that, we're almost done. The last thing you're going to need to use is Steam ROM Manager, and this again comes with Mudek. You most likely will see it on your desktop. You'll click this, and it will load. And once it loads, you're going to go up here and click Preview, and then you're going to click Generate App List. It's going to look in all those ROM folders, and it's going to get all the games for you. What's awesome about this is you can change what the art here, and it gives you a lot of pre-installed art to whatever you think looks cool. Not just for the grids, but for the posters, for the heroes, the logos, for the icons, for everything, and make it however you want. Now you'll see here at the top left it says remaining providers. This is like loading everything. Once it gets down and it's completely done, you'll click Save App List. But actually, before you do that, you need to exit out of Steam because Steam needs to be exited so it can save it into the Steam stuff, and then you run Steam again. So right-click here, exit Steam, and then you click Save App List. You'll see on the right something say VDF merging, and after a while it will say it's done. Once it's done, you click out of it, and then you're going to return to game mode. Now I can't show you this last part because it glitches out the screen recording, so I'm just going to tell you, and you can see it in the guide if you're confused. What you're going to do is one last step. You're going to go to the games. You have to go to each Wii U game, and you're going to go to the page where you can actually click play. But you're going to go to the right of that, and you're going to see this little cog icon. It's to the right of the controller setting icon, and you're going to click that, and you're going to go to Properties, Compatibility, and once again, you're going to force it to use Proton along with version 7. After you do that for each of those games, you should be able to play the game, and everything should work. Hope this was helpful. Like I said, it was very frustrating for me, so I'm hoping that it would work for you. I'm going to put in the comments below the actual Reddit article, or Reddit post or whatever, so that if you just want to go through it and see more details, you can see that. Hope this is helpful. See ya.